Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Knights of the Eternal Throne. Now, when we left off, it was not the New Year, so Happy New Year to everyone that has watched this series. I very much appreciate all of your support. But anyway, as we go on into the next year, we're going to be making our way into the sanitarium. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing to do. Heading into a sanitarium on the new year. Yes, that's very good. Anyway, I think we're going to have a pretty big fight on our hands as we head up to the entrance. Yes. Defeat the Horizon Captain. Yes, let me do that very, very quickly indeed. Okay, so obviously we want to eliminate the Sky Troopers first. Is this guy going to have anything that actually is bad? I mean, yeah, he seems to have a knockback, pretty standard stuff. Doesn't really do much else, and he's got obviously one of these things, which is very highly telegraphed. I actually like the games that give you a lot more to do in terms of dodging things than just having straight up damage being done to me. Obviously, Mass Affliction, I can't actually interrupt that now, unless I could have stunned him. Yeah, I probably could have stunned him. Ah, well, that's my bad. That is my bad. There we go. I have interrupted him actually successfully for about, I don't know, 4 casts now, and then he eventually got it off, unfortunately. I think I actually had my interrupt up, but I was talking, so yeah.
It's worse here. The void, its hunger. It wants to devour me, mind and spirit, annihilate every trace of my existence.
There's something wrong with the Force here.
All the more reason to move quickly.
The Void's draw is powerful, but it will also hide us from Valen's awareness.
Let's see if we can get these doors open.
Thing you were not armed with such a weapon as a child. I fear none of my pets would have survived.
Why did your beasts attack me, Jarek? I am the Empress now, not a prisoner.
They respond to fear and hate. If you could learn to control your emotions, like your father, they would not trouble you.
I am not like Valkorion. You told me you'd made a breakthrough.
Everything is prepared, Empress, in the main lab.
Okay, I'm ready. For anything.
I don't know. I'm not sure I am. I mean, did you see that? I mean, those beasts look very, very hungry. Actually, they're dead now, aren't they? Oh, okay, so I don't need to worry about them anymore, do I? Do I? Hopefully he doesn't have more of them. That's gonna be pretty bad. Okay, so let's see. Are there any enemies? Are there any enemies? Are there gonna be any enemies? Yeah, probably. Oh, hello. Yes, Sky Troopers and a Keeper, of course. Okay, so come on, kill them. Kill them very fast, Zaylen. Yes. I really wish I had more damage. Maybe I should have just respec'd into a damage build of some sort, but then I have to learn to play it while I'm in a rather dangerous area. And that's not exactly something that I would like to do, is it? Not really. So, okay, let's open... Yes. Yeah. Now, do bear in mind that I have played this before on Zaynash, and on him I was able to stealth by basically everything. So, yes, apart from obviously the mandatory fights and everything, that was really nice.
The beasts ripped a young man apart. He died screaming in front of Valen, but she made no move to help. Things are progressing well.
With all the experiments they did on her, I'm surprised she would ever set foot on Nathma again.
I imagine she would do anything to break free from Valkorian's mental conditioning.
I'm actually not sure I liked that main light side decision there, the #1 choice that it had there, and by the way, #1 by the key #1, you know, 1, 2, 3, instead of #1 as in best. But point is, the #1 choice there was actually not, in my opinion, very good. I mean, it said, I almost feel bad for her. Almost? Almost? She was tortured here, conditioned to basically not react to extreme violence and... well, basically anything, horrific things, and that's a thing that we almost feel bad about. Really? Really? I mean, surely we would have a lot more wisdom and a little bit more compassion as a Jedi. I mean, obviously compassion is not a thing that the Jedi really go for, but they are much more kind than Sith, for example. So, you know, I think that's actually a bit weird. I think that's a bit weird, that one, but maybe I should have tried the conversation option and actually just seen how it went, because maybe it would have been a little bit of a difference. Maybe there would have been a difference. So, I mean, sometimes they are a little bit misleading in their descriptions. So sometimes it will be like, oh yes, I personally thought that you did a very good job, and it could sound like it's being sarcastic because you're saying it in a sort of weird manner so that someone actually didn't do a good job and they actually, you know, had a bit of a problem, and then it says it not in a sarcastic way but in an extremely harsh way. So that's just a small example of some random event, but the point is that I feel like that is one of the flaws of Star Wars: The Old Republic, that sometimes the conversation options are not actually very accurate in their description, where I would like to say I feel bad for her instead of I almost feel bad, because that means I almost feel bad for her if she wasn't X or Y, you know? So, well, yeah, a little bit of a shame, I've got to say. Anyway, let's open these up and see if we can... oh, of course I opened the only one that is not the right one last. Yeah. Okay, so let's go down here, open up the door.
Sith. Jedi.
I can still feel the suffering of their final moments.
Valen will go to any length to break her conditioning.
She's using the same methods you used on her.
I tried to contain her destructive power. She seeks to unleash it. Which cause serves the greater good?
If this doesn't work...
If you are strong enough to survive the process, your bonds will be broken.
Have any of your lab rats survived so far?
None were as strong as you. Is something wrong, Empress?
No. Let's begin.
enough to stop her.
We're running out of time. Come on!
Whoa, do you see how much pain that Vaylin is in right now? I mean, I personally feel really, really sorry for her about what has happened to her, because if you saw the cinematic, you'll see that she's actually a very, well, actually a very innocent girl initially, and I personally feel like the whole thing with Senya and Valkorion and everything and what they actually did to her, that was pretty harsh. Actually, very harsh, and I personally don't think they should have done that. I think, yes, she was very powerful, but I think that this method of teaching her was incorrect. I personally feel like harnessing her power by teaching her wisdom, by teaching her how to use it appropriately, would have been a much better and probably caused her to be a lot more stable with her use. Obviously, I mean, that's the thing. As a child, she seemed to be extremely nice, not actually evil or quote-unquote evil, anyway, that she is now, because obviously she has turned into this kind of evil creature, thanks to Valkorion.
Wait! I am not your enemy!
I recognize you from the Holos. You're the one in charge of this place.
I am Jarek, a humble servant of the Eternal Throne who merely does what he is told.
A justification for evil I've heard far too often.
The pursuit of scientific knowledge is not evil, though there are sometimes unforeseen consequences. Vaylin, something went wrong. Her power is racing out of control. When it erupts, the entire asylum will be destroyed. We can survive this cataclysm, but we need to work together.
This partnership's over the second you make a wrong move.
Your terms are agreeable. Vaylin's power has driven the Keepers and Beasts mad. I can guide you to safety, but you must protect me along the way. Hurry and stay close. It isn't far.
Oh, hurry and stay close. Yes, now, obviously, we do have a death cloud, as you can see, a death fog behind us. Don't want to run into that, though. Thank you very much. Don't really want to run into that, so I'm going to try and keep ahead of it, but we are a little bit less capable of dealing damage than Zaynash was, so we might, in theory, have some problems if the death fog actually moves relatively fast. I would assume that on elite difficulty, which is obviously the difficulty above this, that might actually cause the fog to move a little bit faster. I'm actually unsure about that. I don't know. I have not done it. So, yeah, that might be a huge difference, which would actually be kind of cool, but also be kind of scary at the same time. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure whether that's actually a thing. But so far, everything seems to be going fine. We seem to be quite far ahead of the fog. Well, it seems like we have reached our destination, hopefully to safety from the death fog.
What is this place?
The Immortal Emperor's Vault. Inside, Valkorion stored artifacts even he feared were too powerful and dangerous to use.
I cannot protect you from what lies inside.
I'll take my chances. Everybody in.
My daughter, what have you done?
She's free. You must. Before.
I can't hear you. You're fading.
Was that Valkyrian?
He tried to tell me something, but then he disappeared.
Enjoy it while it lasts. I imagine he'll be back soon enough.
The power surge overloaded the circuits. We're trapped.
This vault has to have some kind of backup system to restore power.
There is. You must reactivate the power generator. But do be careful. Valkorion sealed deadly guardians in here to protect his treasures. After centuries of hibernation, I suspect they will be hungry.
Nothing's ever easy, is it?
No, nothing is, but I'm actually kind of... I like this. I like this. I like the light side a little bit more than the dark side so far. We have gained quite a few additional allies and additional dialogue as well as cutscenes. So it seems like the dark side is just like, yes, if you want to edit everything down to a very slimline version, then obviously you can do that. But the light side seems to include all the deleted scenes, so to speak. So anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.